Good evening to all. Welcome to our day 4 second session. In this session, the name of our faculty is Shivam Ghosh, Mr. Shivam Ghosh sir. His topic of discussion, valuation of goodwill. Shivam sir, please proceed.
Thank you, sir. So, good evening, everyone. So, today I will teach valuation of goodwill from corporate accounting of uh, become semester 5 of Calcutta University syllabus. So, before start with the topic, let me share my screen at first. Just a minute. Is my screen is visible properly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
it is clearly
Yes.
visible.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So, my today's topic is valuation of goodwill. Okay. So in this class, I have gathered some theoretical notes also with some practical notes or practical problem. So let's discuss about the theoretical portion at first. Then we will try to solve few practical problem on this topic. So let me get the slide at first. Okay. So here I have given some information, theoretical information about the goodwill or valuation of goodwill. So at first we will discuss about the before to know about getting to know about the valuation of goodwill. We should know about the value of good, or the simple term that that is term is goodwill. The what does it mean? What does it mean? The goodwill term is valuing our students' life, or our daily life, or our corporate life, or our industrial life. So here I have given a very simple and very small definition of the goodwill. There are several and more and descriptive type of um, definition is already available in internet or in books, but I have find this definition, and this is very easily understandable. So for that, I have put this definition here. So here, goodwill is the value of reputation of a firm in respect of the profit. So I will expect in part ways, that is, goodwill is the value of reputation of a firm, just like the reputation of a human being. So our firms also have some reputation, reputation of having a great job to be done, the great job that our farm has done, the great performance that our farm has done previously. So this is the name, this is the appreciation that the farm or the company have gained. This is called the goodwill. So goodwill is the value of reputation of a firm in respect of the profit expected in future. So goodwill is something that is expected in future over and above the normal rate of profit earned by the other identical firms belonging to the same industry. So so in practical words that I can say, this is something that I can say, the more that you are earning from other industry, or from other competitors, the more you are earning from other competitors, or from the competitors that you are more earning, this more earning called the goodwill. Because if you are earning more, if you are selling more, if you are getting profit more than others, so that's mean your company is consisting with a great face value, with a great face value, with a great reputation in the market, in the human life, in the daily life. So that is the value of goodwill. Okay, so the firm is earning the more than other, more in profit, more in sale, more in appreciation than other firm or the other product. So this is the goodwill that is earned by the firm. This is the face value earned by the firm. So this is called goodwill. So now some experts have given some definition of goodwill that we can read. Eric L. Eric L. Kohler have said the current value of expected future income in excess of a normal return on the investment in net tangible asset. So how much we are investing in our tangible asset, so how much we are investing in our tangible asset, and the normal rate that the return that we are gaining from this investment or on our tangible asset, this is the certain amount that we are earning from since few years. And the and current expected return, if we are earning something more than our or previous year or since some since some past years. So if we are earning something greater in position, so this is called the goodwill that we have earned. Okay, and the Spice and Pegler is talking about something more on that. That is, goodwill may be said to be the element arising from the reputation. This term is coming again and again. Reputation, mind it, reputation, connection, or other advantages possessed by a business which enable it to earn a greater profit than the normal rate of return. So goodwill is something that you can say, goodwill is something that is earning some greater profit than others. And why this greater profit is coming from? Where this greater profit is coming from? The reputation. This the firm is having this reputation, and it is earning more than other firms. So so what goodwill is impacted in our daily life. Goodwill help us to believe in a product. Good will help us to it really works like it is reliability of our uh, of any product that people should have. The reliability that is gaining, the reliability gaining process is goodwill. Goodwill is showing us how to rely a product, and goodwill is telling us the why we should rely on this product. So goodwill is something that make us believe that the company, that the product, that the company having a good impact on our daily life, and that we are believing, and our and this farm is getting extra profit or getting extra preference than others, just for the purpose of goodwill. This farm having a goodwill in the market, and goodwill is something more than your competitors. Goodwill is something more than your competitors. So here some features is available of goodwill that have written, that is in accounting term, in because goodwill is related with the financial value. So that's why it's come in part of the accounting method or accounting policies. So if accounting policy comes to an end, so in that case we have to study some accounting norms and some accounting valuation process. So here some features is available that we can see. The number one is it is an intangible asset. So we know it because goodwill is not touchable. You can see it but you can feel it. So this is intangible asset. The reputation, you can't touch reputation, you can see reputation, but you can feel the reputation. Okay, so this is just the same thing. So it is an intangible asset, it doesn't have any physical existence. Okay, the number two is talking about it represent non-physical value. It represent non-physical value. If it doesn't have any physical existence, so how it will can get some physical value? So if any value is there for goodwill, so it is non-physical value. And the number C is its value is subject to wide fluctuation. Its goodwill is always matter of the wide fluctuation. Goodwill is always valuing in a fluctuation um, process. Why? Because goodwill is depends on so many factors. Goodwill is depends on so many factors. Maybe internal factors of the firm, internal factors of the company, or the external factors. This might be any kind of political purpose, any kind of natural disaster, natural calamity, and any kind of issues available in any kind of issues can occur in the market, in the daily life of human being. So that can make an impact on goodwill. So if today any product is useful for me, but after some accident or after some incident, this product is not going to be suitable for me. So from that day, the value of the goodwill of that particular product is not good enough. If but till today, I know I am very fit. I'm personally, I know I'm very fit, but if tomorrow I get to know about that I am a diabetes patient, so in that case I have to take medicine. So till today, medicine is not that much kind of worthy or a matter of goodwill enough for me. But if my medicine from tomorrow is that is help me to reduce my diabetes level, my sugar level in normal condition, then okay, this is the something that is making value of this medicine is value of this matter of goodwill. So this is helping me to stay stable. Okay, so in that case, goodwill is very fluctuating. Our human life is daily changing in every minutes, in every seconds, in every hour. So in that way, goodwill is always, and the impact of our daily life um, mm, is getting to be done on the goodwill matter also. And the last option there, and the last point is the value of goodwill is highly dependent on the judgment of the valuer. So obviously, the goodwill, who makes the value of goodwill and who calculate the value of goodwill, that is also depends. So that's why there is several type of valuation of the methods of valuation of goodwill is there. So here we can see the first topic that they are talking about. Number number one valuation method of goodwill is average profit method. There is also there is a very much or there's a lot of theory regarding this topic, but I choose to not to go for so many theoretical concept on this topic, because in the on the basis of exam oriented class, if I uh, asked to say, so in that case I would recommend you to go for the practical problem most from this topic. Okay, so here some methods of valuation of goodwill is available that you can see. So the first one is average profit method, the second one is super profit method, and the third one is capitalization method. And capitalization method is divided in two part, that is the capitalization of average profit method and capitalization of super profit method. The fourth one is annuity method, and annuity method is also divided into two part, that is the first one is annuity of average profit method, and the second one is annuity of super profit method, and the last one is purchase consideration method. Okay, so I hope I will try to solve majority of the practical problem from which is including all this method of the valuation of goodwill. I will try my best to complete all every type of concept to be clear today. Okay, so let me go to the formula of all this topic, for formula of all this method of valuation of goodwill. Okay, just a minute. Here it is. Okay, so the first topic is average profit method. So here the average profit, so the valuation of goodwill under average profit method, how to make this calculation. So here some information is given that you can see under this method the value of goodwill equals to average profit multiplied by number of year purchased. So what is average profit? How to calculate average profit? Average profit, or there is several name of average profit. So the first one that you can see, this information will not be given on ready-made basis to your question. So you have to make this calculation at first, then you will get to know about the value of goodwill. So you have to make this calculation of the value of average profit at first, then the number of year purchase will be given in your question, so you don't need to worry about this one. But the first one that you have to make the calculation. So here it is given that you can see the adjusted annual profit of a business or annual profit, average profit. The most of the similar type of term in in this particular topic, they are most similar type of term, but although they are different term and they having different concept and meaning, but in that topic they are having a similar type of concept. So the first one, that the calculation that you can see here is the profit before tax, and we are deducting non-recurring profit. So if there is any income is arising outside of our business operation, so we will not consider this as our profit. So we will consider only the profit that is coming from our operation. So and here we will add any kind of abnormal loss, if any happening of any kind of abnormal loss. So we will add this loss amount to the profit, and then we will less further expenses to be any kind of expenses related to the profit is there, so we will less this one. And here we will add any kind of valuation of closing stock and opening stock. If wrongly there is any calculation of undervaluation of closing stock, so the value of under the only the amount of undervaluation of closing stock will be added. And any kind of, if we made any wrong calculation on overvaluation of closing stock, so that one will be deducted, that is already said. And if any kind of undervaluation of opening stock is presenting, so in that case the valuation of the undervaluation amount will be deducted, and in vice versa the overvaluation of the opening stock will be added. Okay. And here you can see any kind of capital expenditure, if that wrongly treated as revenue expenditure, so in that case we have to get the amount of capital expenditure, and then we have to edit it. And any kind of revenue expenditure if wrongly included, so we have to make this deduction of every kind of revenue expenditure. So all kind of capital expenditure will come on this part of the annual average profit or annual maintainable profit, whatever you say. And any kind of provision for taxation, if it is there, so we have to make the deduction, and then we will get to know about the adjusted annual maintainable profit. In that way we will calculate the annual maintainable profit or average profit, and the number of year purchase will be given in the question, so we will make the multiplication, and then and in this way we will get to know about the value of goodwill. So don't need to worry, I will go through all the practical problem regarding this topic also. So let me get to the next topic, that is super profit method. So what does it mean, super profit method? So the value of goodwill is calculation, that is annual super profit multiplied by number of year purchase. The first one, that was average profit multiplied by number of year purchase, but in super profit method we have to calculate the super profit, not the average profit. But the super profit calculation will come from the average profit. Okay. So here at first we have to calculate the average capital employed. The so in that case, in super profit method we have to calculate the average capital employed, and the average, also the average profit. So if we calculate at the average capital employed and the average profit, then after making this addition, we will get to know the average annual adjusted profit. And from this annual adjusted profit, if we less the normal rate of return or normal rate of return on capital employed, then we will get to know about the annual super profit. Here a simple type of format is given. So if I describe this all this format, so it will it will take today's whole night. So I would not try to go with the description of this format, but I will explain all the thing in a practical problem. So there you will get to know about the calculation of the profit under this valuation of super profit method. And after that, the third topic is coming, that is capitalization method. So in this capitalization method that you can see, it is the valuation of goodwill is given in that way. So here it is the gross value of asset under capitalization method, or capitalized value of profit at market capitalization rate minus value of net tangible assets. So in practical problem, I will get you how to calculate this this capitalization method or capitalized value of profit. From there, we have to deduct the value of net tangible asset. Okay, in that way, we will get to know about the value of goodwill under capitalization average capitalization of average profit method of goodwill, and also in the same way the capitalized value will be calculated under this method that you can see maintainable profit multiplied by 100 divided by normal rate of return. So all this information except the maintainable profit will be the matter of calculation that you have to make this calculation of maintainable profit, but the other thing, this normal rate of return will be given in the question, so you don't need to worry about that. Also the value of net tangible asset will be given in the question, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, and also here you can see the net tangible asset formula is also given. So if it is necessary to make this calculation, so we will take help of this net tangible asset formula. Okay, and after that the capitalization of super profit method is given, that is value of goodwill equals to capitalized value of an annual super profit at market capitalization rate. And how to make this calculation, this the calculation is given, that is annual super profit multiplied by 100 divided by normal rate of return. In that way you can calculate the capitalization of super profit method under the value of goodwill. So here it is also a good calculation, also a very interesting calculation. And after all this we will go to the fourth method, that is annuity method. And annuity method is also, I have said, that is divided into two method, that is average annual annuity of average profit method and annuity of super profit method. In the annuity of average profit method, the value of goodwill is given, the calculation that you can see, value of goodwill equals to gross value of asset under annuity method, that is capitalized value of an annuity of of average annual profit minus value of net asset. So here with the calculation will be made in that way, that you can see annual maintainable profit multiplied present value of annuity of rupee 1 minus value of net asset. So all the information, the annual maintainable profit, that might be you make the calculation, and also the present value of annuity will be given in the question, so you don't need to make this calculation, because this is not the part of our accounting process, this is part of our business mathematical problem. So you don't need to worry about the calculation of the annuity of present value, because that this one will be given in your question, and the value of net asset is also given, that you can see. Otherwise sometimes this value of net asset is given in the give question on the ready-made, but other than if it is not given, so then you have to make the calculation. Previously the calculation method is given. Okay, so and after this one, the value of goodwill under super annuity of super profit method, the formula is annual super profit multiplied by present value of annuity of rupee 1. This one is also given, and annual super profit the calculation you have to make at your own. And the last topic, that is the last calculation, that is you have to go through, that is purchase consideration method. So value of goodwill equals to purchase consideration of asset and liability minus value of net asset. The amount that people are if any business have come to acquire our company or acquire our business process, in that case how much they are paying and how much the value, the real value. If they are paying more than the real value of our asset, so the extra amount called the goodwill amount. Okay, the extra amount. If our value of our asset is suppose 50 lakh, and the company is paying 65 lakh, so the extra amount, that is 15 lakh, it is called the goodwill. This is very easy type of calculation. So that type of calculation usually don't come in usually don't used to come to the question, but if we get the chance to calculate this one also, so we will try. Okay, so here I would not like to make any kind of time waste on this formula, because formula is something that you will get to remind after having few practical problems. So I will go to the practical problem now from here, and also some some interesting practical problem information that I have chosen. Some practical problem is here. So I will try to go through all the formula that I have given, because also our time is very short here, so we have to go through all the topic um, properly. So I am trying my best to do that. Okay. So the first topic is problem on valuation of goodwill. That is, so here we are going to solve our first problem on this topic. So let's focus on the first question, first practical problem on this valuation of goodwill. That is, Aditi, Antara, and Ananya are the three partners in a partnership firm sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 4:3:2. On, on 31st December 2014, Aditi retires from the business. On her retirement, compute the value of goodwill of the firm on the basis of 3 years purchase of average profit of last 5 years. So see here the number of year purchase is given that I have said previously when I am describing the formula of the goodwill calculation. Also compute the share of goodwill to be paid to Aditi. So how much, if she is retiring from our firm, so how much we have to pay as part of as part of her goodwill. Okay. And the profit of the last 5 years after charging income tax are given, that is 4 lakh 12,000, 4 lakh 76,000, 3 lakh 85,000, 5 lakh 64,000, and 4 lakh 88,000 respectively. Okay. So this is very basic type of problem that I have chosen. So after having the solution of this problem, then you will get to know something about the how to formalize those formula that I have already described. So this is the reason that I have choose this problem. And then the problem number two and problem number three is something is quite advanced according to our syllabus of our Calcutta University, quite advanced. Okay. So now at first, so here there's no option that I could place the question in front of you, but you have but in that case I have to go every time to I have to minimize this slide also every time to get to the question on that. So here at first we need to calculate the value of goodwill, and they and let me think. Let me see if they have mentioned any method there. So here that is the on her retirement, compute the value of goodwill of the firm on the basis of 3 years purchase of average profit of last 5 years. So there, so that they are talking about to calculate, make this calculation on under average profit method. So at first we need to calculate the average profit. So how to make this average of profit that we know. So here we will get to the solution of our first question, practical problem on this topic, that is average profit. How to make this average profit calculation? So here we know the 5 years, so different type of 5 years profit is given. The first one is 4 lakh 12,000, 4 lakh 76,000, and 3 lakh 85,000. Let me write down all the first 3 years, and then I will write the next 2 years. 4 lakh 12,000 plus 4 lakh 76,000 plus 3 lakh 85,000 plus, let me check out, 5 lakh 64,000 and 4 lakh 88,000. So here it is, the 5 years profit is given. Now we have to make the calculation of our average. So I have already made this calculation to myself. So here I am directly writing down the answer. You guys can make this calculation at your own. So average, sorry, here it will be written average profit. So after making this this calculation, the average profit will become 4 lakh 65,000. Okay. So I have made this calculation already. So You guys can calculate at your own, and then you can write this answer 4,85,000. So here we know the average profit, and our valuation of goodwill under average profit is value of goodwill under average profit method that we know equals to average profit multiplied by number of year purchase. So our average profit that we know 4,65,000, and our number of, just a minute, our number of year purchase will be given in the question. Let me check out this one. That is compute the value of goodwill of the firm on the basis of 3 years purchase of average profit. So our number of year purchase is 3. Okay. So after make this multiplication, that will become 5. 13 lakh 95,000. 13 lakh 95,000 is our value of goodwill. So here it is the answer of value of goodwill is our of the firm, that is 13 lakh 95,000. So let me check for something more. Have they have asked to calculate? I think also compute the share of goodwill to be paid to Aditi. So how much she is getting after her retirement? So Aditi is the first name of the partner that I can see. The ratio is 4 is to 3 is to 2. So that will become 4 by 9 in that case. So here we'll make the calculation of value of here we'll make the calculation of share of goodwill, share of goodwill of Aditi, share of goodwill of Aditi. So it will become 13 lakh 95,000 multiplied by, it was the ratio of 4 is to 3 is to 2, so that will become 4 by 9, because the first name was Aditi, and Aditi is getting fourth share of the total part of 9. So after making this calculation, that will become, so I have made the calculation to myself, so that will become 6 lakh 20,000. So it is her share of goodwill that she have made for our company, for our, for their farm. So 6 lakh 20,000, the value of goodwill, the amount of goodwill that she will get after her retirement. Okay. So it is so in that way we will make the calculation of every kind of goodwill prospect and every kind of goodwill valuation method that we have get to know during the formula or the method session. Okay, so here we have completed our first practical problem on this topic. Okay, so let's now we will go to our problem number 2. Problem number 2. So here it is our problem number 2. So what it's talking about? So let me read out in details, and then we'll go through the solution. Just a minute. Okay, so let's read it. The net profit of a company after providing for taxation for past 5 years were rupees 40,000, 42,000, 45,000, rupees 46,000, and 47,000. The capital employed in the business of rupees 4 lakh, on which a reasonable rate of return is 10% is expected. Okay. So investors have made the capital that is 4 lakh, and they are expecting to get 10% of return in future. It is further expected that the company will able to maintain its super profit for next 5 years. So we have to make the calculation of our super profit, and you are required to calculate the value of goodwill of the business. The number one that is asking to the value of goodwill method is on the basis of annuity super profit, taking the present value of an annuity of 1 rupee for 5 years of at 10% interest as rupees 3.7. So our annuity value of annuity value in against of rupees 1 for next 5 years in the rate of 10% interest, that is 3.78. So how much the value of goodwill will be based on that, we will get to say after making the calculation. And this, and again they are asking to make this calculation of the on the basis of capitalization of super profit method. Okay, so in that problem to uh, we will get through two different type of so already we have completed the average profit method, and here we will get to know about the super profit method and also the annuity of super profit method, and also with capitalization of super profit method. So here capitalization method, super profit method, and annuity of super profit method, these three calculation will be completed here after this solution of this practical problem. Okay, so let me go through the problem on my board. Okay, just a minute. So at first that they are asking to calculate under annuity of super profit method. So okay, let's do one thing. At first, make the calculation of capitalization of super profit, because it is the small calculation than the annuity of super profit method. So at first, let me calculate the first one, that is on the basis of capitalization of super profit method. Here it is the heading. So I am calculating the capitalization of super profit method at first. Capitalization of super profit method. Capitalization of super profit method. So here we will at first go through the formula, then we will go to our next step. So the value of goodwill, you will write equals to super profit divided by normal rate of return multiplied by 100. Okay, so here it is the formula. So at first we have to make the calculation of our super profit that we don't know, and how to make the calculation of super profit, that we get to know. Super profit equals to, the formula is maintainable profit, maintainable profit minus normal profit. Maintainable profit minus normal profit. Okay, so at first we need to calculate the our maintainable profit, then we will make the calculation of our normal profit. So I have already said the how to calculate maintainable profit. Maintainable profit means the same as that you get to know about the calculation of average profit. So here both of the term mean to be same. So at first we need to calculate maintainable profit or average profit. Here calculation of maintainable profit or average profit. Average profit. And how to make the average profit calculation or marginal profit calculation, that we have just made in the previous problem. So with the question that we can go through the calculation. So here the past 5 years profit is given, so we can make the average profit calculation, that is 40,000, 42,000, 45,000, 46,000, and 47,000. So let me write down all this from all this profit, and then I will make the average of all this. 40,000, 42,000, 45,000, 46,000, and 47,000. And here we'll make the average of our 5 years. And after this calculation, this will become 44,000. 44,000. This will become 44,000. And so our maintainable profit or average profit is 44,000. Now we will make the calculation for normal profit. So here we have already get to know maintainable profit. Now it will become normal profit. So let's write down normal profit. Normal profit calculation is capital employed multiply by normal rate of return. So our capital employed is how much? So our capital employed, the capital employed in the business is rupees 4 lakh. In the number of line is 3 that you can see, that is 4 lakh, on which a reasonable rate of return is 10% is expected. So our normal profit is going to be 4 lakh, 10% of this capital employed. So capital employed is 4 lakh, and the 10% of 4 lakh, that will become 40,000. So our normal profit is 40,000. So how we'll get to know about the super profit? So here it is our normal profit, and here it is our maintainable profit. So now we'll make the calculation of super profit in that way. Super profit will be maintainable profit minus normal profit. This one will become 4,000. So our super profit is our 4,000. And how to make the calculation of goodwill, that you know, that is super profit divided by normal rate of return multiplied by 100. So here we'll write at first. So our value of goodwill $4,000, that is the super profit divided by 10 multiplied by 100. So after making this calculation, this one will become 40,000. 40,000. Just a minute. 40,000. So our value of goodwill is 40,000 rupees. Okay. So here it is the calculation of our value of goodwill under capitalization of super profit method. I think there is no doubt. I have explained all the terms and all the formula to be formalized in a particular practical problem. Okay. So after this, now we will go to our next calculation. Our first calculation. This one was the first calculation. The second calculation. Now we will go to our next calculation. Our first calculation, that is annuity of super profit method. Annuity. So Annuity of super profit methods. Let me make this heading at first, then we will start the calculation process. Annuity of super profit method. Okay. Okay. So what is the valuation of goodwill process? Here, right? Goodwill. Goodwill. Annual super profit multiply by present value of rupee 1 in bracket will write annuity factor. That's mean annuity factor. Annuity factor. So now we need to make the calculation of our super profit at first, then we will make the calculation of the rest of the things. So from here we will go to again our question at first, then we will proceed our calculation. Okay, so here we can see that is they are talking about at first we will so it is on the basis of annuity super profit taking the present value of an annuity of rupees. So here they are asking to make this calculation of the super profit. And one more thing that is given, that in that case, in that case of annuity of super profit method, uh, at first we need to calculate the maintainable profit in a weighted average manner. Okay, so yes, also we can make this calculation under in a certain method of the valuation, but other than we have to make this calculation under the weighted average profit method. So how to make this calculation under weighted average profit method? Let me calculate this one, and let's focus on the solution of this calculation. So in that case, our calculation is, so our super profit that the formula is maintainable profit. In short term, I like to write down MP and NP, maintainable profit and normal profits. I'm not going to write down this one again. So you know how to make the calculation of our maintainable profit, that is also called average profit. But in that question that I will try to show you how to make the calculation of our average maintainable profit. Okay, the term that they have mentioned, that is average maintainable profit. So let me calculate this one. So here we'll make this calculation of average or weighted. If average is given, that you know how to make the calculation, but if it is not given, if weighted is said to be calculated, weighted is asked to be calculated, then how to make this calculation? Weighted calculation of weighted average profit method. weighted average profit, not method, weighted average profit or weighted maintainable profit. Okay. So in that case of calculation of weighted average profit that we have to go through at first, we have to write down all the profit amounts in that one column. Then we have to make a column of weights. The weights, if not is given in the question, then you have to make the assumption of weight in that way. In how to then that one will be taught by me right now. Weighted profit. Okay. So profits are that I already know. Profits are given 40, 42,000, 45,000, 46, and 47. Okay, so let me write down this all the profit. 40,000, 42,000, 45,000, 46,000, and 47,000. And if you go through the question, that you can see the weights are not in the weights are not given in the question. So don't think that weights are not given in the question, so that weighted average calculation cannot be possible. So if weights are not given in the question, then you have to make the assumption of serial number. And what is the serial number? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So now you have to make, now at first in you need to write down the weighted profit, means the multiplication of profit and weight. So first the calculation will be 40,000 multiplied by 1, so that only will become 40,000. The second weighted profit will be 42,000 multiplied by 2, that will be 84,000. Third one is 45,000 multiplied by 3, that is 1,35,000. The fourth one is 46,000 multiplied by 4, so that one will become 1,84,000. And the last one will become 5 and 2,35,000. And now we will get the sum of all this profit and also sum of the weight. In this way we will calculate the weighted average profit. So the summation of this column will become 6,78,000. 6,78,000. And the summation of weight will become 1 plus 2, 3, 3, 6, 6, and 4, 10, and 15. So summation of weight will become 15. Our weighted average profit will become, weighted average profit or weighted maintainable profit will become weighted total weighted profit divided by total weights. So our total weighted profit is 6,78,000, and the total weights is 15. 6,78,000 divided by 15, that after making the calculation, this one will become 45,200. 45,200. So here we get to know about the weighted maintainable profit or weighted average profit. So that one will become 45,200. Okay. So here we get to know the maintainable profit and the normal profit, that we know our investment in the question that is already given, that is our capital employed is 4 lakh and our Rate of return is 10%. So our normal profit is, that you know already, normal profit is 10% of 4 lakh for capital employed, that is 40,000. Uh, our super profit will be maintainable profit, that has become, that we get to know, 45,200 minus normal profit, that is 40,000. So it will become 5,200. 5,200 is our super profit. So in that way, we can also calculate goodwill. So our goodwill is our annual super profit, that we know, that is 5,200, and the present value of rupee 1 and our annuity factor, I think, is given in the question, that will not be asked to calculate, that is 3.78. 3.78. So there is nothing to worry about that. We have to make the multiplication only. So our value of goodwill, our super profit, that is 5,200 multiplied by our annuity factor, that is given 3.78. After this calculation, it will become 19 lakh 656. So here it is the answer of our value of goodwill under annuity of super profit method. Okay, so I have made the calculation and describe in details what to do under, if in a question that they have asked to calculate a valuation of goodwill under capitalization of super profit method and annuity of super profit method. Okay, so now it is time to go for our third problem. Okay, so third problem is quite advanced, and also it have come previous, also it is a previous year question of our Calcutta University, based on our Calcutta University, that you can see. This is quite a large type of problem. Okay, so without wasting any time, so let's start the problem, because this one will take few more time than the previous problems. So it is talking about, from the following information of a company, ascertain the value of goodwill under the following method. So they have asked three method that we can see. The first one is 3 years purchase of super profit method. The second one is capitalization method, and third one is annuity of super profit method. Super profit method, when present value of an annuity of rupee 1 for 3 years at 10% interest is 2.49. So our annuity factor is also given. Now some information is given. Let me focus on this particulars. The first one that they are asking, average capital employed in the business is rupees 14 lakh. Number two, so our capital employed is 14 lakh. Our 3 years profit is also given, that is 2 lakh 15,000, 1 lakh 81,000, and 2 lakh 25,000. In the number three, that they are asking market rate of interest on investment, that is 8%. Risk of rate of risk return on capital investment, that is 2%. And there are some non-recurring income, non-recurring profit is average basis of 2,000, out of which it was considered that a non-recurring profit had a tendency to be recurring at a average rate of 1,200 per year. So that they are talking about, there is a profit that is already included in the past 3 years profit. That's mean, I think I mean this profit, that is 2 lakh 15,000, 1 lakh 80,000, 81,000, and 2 lakh 25,000. In this profit, there is 2,000. It is a profit that is included. That is there, assuming that is a non-recurring profit, but Also, they are considering 1200 that of this 2000 is a recurring profit, and the rest of the thing is purely non-recurring. And in point number 6, that they are talking about sundry asset of companies 15 lakh and current liability is 60,000. So they have asked us to ignore taxation. So you can say this problem was given in the question that in the year of 2016 in honors of Calcutta University BCom course. Okay, so let me solve this problem, and in this problem that you will get to the solution of the format that I have explained previously when I have started the classes. Okay, start the class. I have described in this formula. There I have given a format. If you guys don't have this format, so you can ask the coordinator or the organizer. Then I will send the topic wise or the formula wise PDF I will share. Okay. After that, so let us get through the problem. So here three type of method that we will go through. So it will take quite long time to solve. Okay, just a minute. Okay. So first one that they are asking to calculate, that is 3 years purchase of super profit method. So let me calculate the super profit method from the problem number 3. So the first topic is super profit method. And the formula that we already know, we have explained several times. Also, we have implemented in practical problem, that is super profit multiplied by number of years purchase. And we also know the formula of super profit, that is just a minute, maintainable profit minus normal profit. So at first we need to make the calculation of our maintainable profit, then we'll calculate normal profit, then we will get to know our super profit. So here it is our maintainable profit. Make a heading of calculation of maintainable profit. So at first, in that case, we have to write down, just a minute, particulars and rupees column. So here we are making a statement of to calculate how to calculate maintainable profit. So at first we will calculate average profit. Average profit. So now we need to see
the profit that they have given. So here you can see that is 2,15,000, and I think there is just a minute, just a minute. To take a look at this. Here in the question, there is a mistake. I have not. Here it is a quite little bit mistake in the number that I can say. That is 2 lakh. The first year's profit is 2 lakh, not 2,15,000. That is 2,15,200. And the profit number two, that is 1,81,000. That will become 1,81,400. Okay. So I think that there's a printing mistake or typing mistake here. Okay, so that one will become 2,15,200 and 1,81,400. Okay, otherwise this problem, this calculation will become in different way, and that might could be wrong. So please, uh, I'm sorry for that, taking pattern from you previous. Okay, so that's the so first, so whenever we make the calculation for average profit, this one will become 2,15,200 and 1,81,400. Okay, I think I have wrongly typed this the only amount, but this is the proper amount, that is 2,15,200 and 1,81,400. And in that way, we will make the calculation of our average profit. So I have already made the calculation to myself, but you guys have to do at your for your own. So after making this calculation, this one will become 2,07,200. 2,07,200. And if there is any kind of non-recurring profit that I have explained in my previous formula PDF that you can see in the calculation of super profit or in the calculation of average profit, any kind of non-trading income or any kind of non-recurring income, what we have to do, we have to less here. We have to less non-trading income. Here you can see the non-trading income. What we have to do, what we need to do, we have to less from our average profit. Non-trading income, non-recurring and non-trading, both are meant to be same. Okay, so here that they are talking about, there is a non-recurring income or non-recurring profit. So this one will be deducted. Non-recurring profit or income. So at first they are talking about, just a minute. At first they are talking about that is 2,000 is our non-recurring profit, but later that is become 1,200 that they are talking, that they are considering as our trading income or recurring income. But the rest of the amount, that's mean 2,000 minus 1,200, that will become 800 amount. 800 the amount, it is our non-recurring profit or non-recurring or non-trading business income. Okay, so here we'll write down 2,000 minus 1,200, so it will become 800. And after, so we will deduct 800 from this amount, from the average profit, 2,07,200. It will become 2,06,400. So our maintainable profit come to here. Maintainable profit is 2,06,400. Okay, now we will go through the calculation of our normal profit. So our normal profit calculation is very easy. So our normal profit formula that you know, normal profit equals to average capital employed multiplied by normal rate of return. Normal rate of return. So what is our average capital employed? Let me check it out. Average capital employed is our in the first particular that you can see average capital employed is 14 lakh, and the rate of risk return on capital. So our return on capital is 200 and market rate of interest is 800. So which one that we have to pick on the calculation of our normal rate of return? So in the market that our interest of investment is 8% in the market, and the rate of risk return in the capital in the business in our company that is 2%. In the market that is 8%, and in the internal consideration of our capital investment in the business and the rate of risk, our internal risk is 2%. So how much is our total return should be on this matter? So in that case we will make the addition. Okay, so average capital employed that 14 lakh, and market rate of return is 8%, and average capital and market rate of return is 8%, and risk of return that is considered that is 2%. So our company is considering 2% more, and our usual market rate is 8%, so that will become total 10%. So 10% of our 14 lakh, so it will become 1 lakh 40,000. Okay, so I would like to make a description on this one again. So normal rate of return, why we have made this addition? Because 8% that they are talking about the maintainable rate of this is the market return, that is the current investment rate, but our company is considering 2% more for our risk of return. 2% more, that is our company is considering in our business. So if our company is considering, so our total normal rate of return will become 10%. The total consideration will be taken, and this one will become 10%. So 14 lakh 10%, and it will become 10% of 14 lakh would be 1 lakh 40,000. So our normal profit is 1 lakh 40,000. So in that way we'll make the calculation of our super profit that you already know. Super profit, maintainable profit is 2 lakh 6,400. 2 lakh 6,400 minus 1 lakh 40,000, and after this deduction it will become 66,400. So our super profit that you already know, and there is nothing left to calculate for valuation of goodwill under super profit method, that is value of goodwill super profit multiplied by number of year purchase. So how many is number of year purchase? So here we can see that they are asking 3 years purchase of super profit method. So our number of year purchase is 3. 66,000 multiplied by 3, and it will become 1,99,200. Okay, so here it is value of goodwill under the calculation of method of super profit method. Okay, fine. Now we will go to our next calculation, number 2, that is capitalization method. capitalization method. So under this capitalization method that we know, the formula of capitalization, the value of goodwill under capitalization method, that will become goodwill equals to normal capital employed minus actual capital employed. Normal capital employed minus actual capital employed. So at first we need to make the calculation for our normal capital employed. Then we will go through our calculation of, then actual capital employed is already given in the question that we know. So at first we need to make the calculation of our normal capital employed. So what is the formula of normal capital employed? Because actual capital employed is already given in the question. So if you go through the formula, then you will get to know a formula. Just in that way, I am writing normal capital employed is formalizing in that way. Normal capital employed equals to maintainable profit divided by percentage of normal rate of return. So in that we will get to know about normal capital employed, normal rate of return. So our maintainable profit is how much that we have made the calculation just right now. This one, where it is, our maintainable profit is 2,06,400, and our normal rate of normal rate of return is 10%. 2,06,400. 2,06,400 divided by 10%. Okay, so after making the calculation, this one will become 20 lakh 64,000. This one will become 20 lakh 64,000. So here it is our normal capital employed. In this way, you have to make the calculation of our normal capital employed. What is it? It is maintainable profit divided by percentage of normal rate of return. Okay. So normal rate of return is given. Now we have to go through the actual capital employed. So actual capital employed is how much that is given. Just sorry. Actual capital employed is given in the question. How much it was? It was 14 lakh. That is given 14 lakh. So our actual capital employed is 14 lakh. Employed is 14 lakh. So our value of goodwill will be normal capital employed minus actual capital employed. So normal capital employed, that is 20 lakh 64,000 minus actual capital employed, that is 14 lakh. And after that it will become 6 lakh 64,000. So here it is the value of goodwill under capitalization method. Okay, here it is our value of goodwill under capitalization method. Okay, fine. Now we will go to our next calculation method. What they have asked for, they have asked for to calculate annuities of super profit method when present value of an annuity of rupee 1 for 3 years at 10% interest is 2.49. So all the information is given, and after uh, after all making all the calculation, that is very easy right now to make the calculation of this one. Just a minute. So let me make this heading at first, then I will start the calculation. It is number 3, annuity of super profit method. Annuity of super profit method, and the formula of this one is goodwill equals to annual super profit multiplied by present value of rupee 1. Rupee 1. That is annuity factor. That is annuity factor. So annual super profit. So we have just made the calculation of annual super profit in our previous calculation, I think. So this one was 66,400. Okay. So here we have made the calculation already. We know that is super profit is 66,400, and so here we'll just put the value of annual super profit, that we know 66,400, multiply with the present value of the annuity factor. So it is given in the question, that is 2.49. So just we'll put the value of the annuity factor, 2.49. 2.49. So after making this multiplication, that the result will become 1,65,336. So in that way, you can make the calculation of annuity, uh, make the calculation of value of goodwill under annuity of super profit method. Okay. So here it is our last. So here it is after also coming to an end of this session of this topic. Here now I have tried my best to go through all the formula that uh, is on the syllabus on also in our topic. So I have tried to go through all the formula. Maybe there could be one or two formula is have not conducted in any practical problem, I know, but the majority of the problem or the majority of the question that comes from this end of this topic of the formula that already I have explained in this session. I hope you enjoyed today's topic that I have explained, and also have done this all the practical problem in favor of this concept. So now I would like to go. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. So
Okay.
thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time, effort, and lucid explanation. This session is really helpful for semester 5 students. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you guys for this opportunity. Okay. Good night. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Good night.